What's going on, everybody? Gaming Diva here, and today I just wanted to just sit and talk with you guys about my progress in game development, my game development journey, what I've been doing, because the channel's been kind of quiet. So those of you that may or may not know, I'm live streaming on Trovo. We recently had to move from the old apartment that we were at to a new apartment, but yeah, that's what happened on that end. And now that we're in the new place and we're finally settled, I just want to go over a couple of things that I've done. Just a quick recap for those of you that didn't see my game development day zero devlog. So essentially, basically, when I was live streaming on Pacocha, I took money that I made off of that platform and invested in myself, and basically bought my LLC so I can do my indie game studio. Now, my indie game studio as of right now just consists of me. So I'm registered legally in the state of Texas and all that good stuff. Flytime Games Studios LLC. So with that being said, I bet you guys are wondering, so Robin, do you have any prior game development experience? And the answer to that is no. So essentially, also what I did with that, outside of taking money out to get my LLC, I also essentially invested in myself to take a game development course. I've been watching this guy on YouTube for many years, and this is with me doing research, getting ready to start my own business, so on and so forth. When I was working overnight as security guard, I would be watching his videos of how he went from a full-time job to now he's full-time making indie games. And basically, those of you that don't know who I'm talking about, his name is Thomas Brush on YouTube. And so he came out with a course called Full-Time Game Dev that's on his website, fulltimegamedev.com. And basically, that's the course that I purchased, and I'm currently learning from him, from the good and the bad and the ugly of just based upon his experience. So, what better way of learning how to do something that you're trying to do than, basically you want to follow somebody that's already been tried and went through it. So I trusted this guy enough to where, I'm like, yeah, he's been showing us some things and he's been true to his word. So I purchased his course. So I've been going through the course. This is back when I was staying at the old apartment. Been going through his full-time game dev course, and basically, those of you that have my Instagram and my Twitter, the Flytime Game Studio, my business account, those of you that's on my social media platforms with that, I've been showing basically the things that I've been learning from his course and implementing that, showing my progress. So, said all that to say this. So at one point, because I guess whenever he made this course, obviously Unity, that's the engine that I'm using to create games. I've been using Unity and, following along with his tutorials and how to do things and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? So essentially I came across a couple of things that was broken that I kind of had to research and figure out and ask the other students that's in his Discord. So after a few days of going through all of that, I'm like, okay, on to the next lesson. Implement and show what I did. So long story short, you guys, since I moved, and now I'm in the part where I'm in his course is basically going to the next level or the next world, right? So I came across this point where now I'm stuck because there was like 2 or 3 lessons that I skipped where he incorporated gates, and I didn't incorporate that. And so now I'm sitting over here looking at the code like, you know what, this is what happens when you skip stuff. So a valuable lesson on my end. So because I skipped certain things in a lesson, now what I've decided to do, because I didn't really start this from the beginning of, you know, just documenting this journey, you know, from the time I started, because I was just so flipping excited about learning game development, learning how to create my own games in hopes of one day somebody out there playing and buying my games for, you know, enjoyment and all that good stuff. And obviously, yeah, to make money, because who doesn't want to make money? So let's just get that out of the way. But anyway, so now what I decided to do is I am going to start his course all the way over. Like, I bought his course, so I have his course forever and a day. And it's a bunch of valuable information inside of his course that once I learn it, I'm going to share with you guys on, you know, obviously, like, not rip the guy off, because this is his, you know, you have to buy his course. So anybody that's interested in getting off into game development, indie game, starting their own indie game studios, publishers, and all that good stuff, he has a good detailed list and guide of do's and don'ts and how you can go about doing things. Now, obviously, everybody's game development journey is going to be different. Everybody's going to learn differently, so on and so forth. And that's what I'm currently learning about myself too as well. So getting back on point, basically, at some point, I'm not gonna lie, I lost motivation. And I think that was because I was now starting to realize the dynamic of, oh my God, Robin, what the hell did you just do, right? And so it's just like, damn, I am wearing all the hats. I started my own indie game studio, which at the moment is just me. But hopefully, once I finish this prototype of the game that I'm currently making, that I can be able to hire 3 more people to join my team. So there's a lot of stuff that I have to learn, and I know I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes on the way, which I think that's probably what's scaring the hell out of me right now. It's just a simple fact of, like, damn, like, wow, like, I really can't put it off into words, but it's kind of like, you know, I've always wanted to, you know, create video games and do something in gaming outside of, you know, those of you that may or may not know, my esports team is Empire Arcadia. I'm the team captain of the Valkyries of Arcadia. So I've been influenced in gaming for all of my life, from a little girl to now. And now it's just like stepping out more outside of my comfort zone. So this video, I guess, is just really for other beginning indie game developers, whether you're a young adult, whether you're a teenager, whether you're in middle school, whether you're way older, you're like up there in age or whatever, and you want to do games. So my videos is probably going to be consisting on the good and the bad and the ugly, the life of a game dev starting from scratch. And yeah, and so far I'm starting to see the things that I am liking about game development, and things I'm gonna be like, oof, yeah, I know this is not gonna be my thing, so I need to acquire funding so I can hire people to do the things that I don't want to do. And right now I'm learning a lot about myself, my strengths and my weaknesses in these areas. And I'm just letting you guys know, from somebody that's went from being motivated to unmotivated to motivated to unmotivated to motivated to unmotivated multiple times, and, you know, self-doubt, and like, damn, am I a poser? You know what I'm saying? But I really do think that's just, we put all these things in our mind and our psyche, and it's just, we're like, it's like we're self-sabotaging. It's like, hey, come on. Yes, it's a lot of work. Yes, game development is not easy. It is hard. Very, very hard, especially if you want to do it the right way, quality, all that good stuff. You know, not the equivalent of a AAA studio, because if that was the case, you know, I would just go and work for a AAA studio to create video games. But yeah, I'm learning a lot. And right now, you guys, I'm just going to say to you, and also I'm going to say to myself, keep going, finish what you start. And basically, I guess the question is, how do you stay motivated, right? And really, what's keeping me motivated is the simple fact I'm just like, yeah, I'm the type of person, I don't like to not finish what I start. You know, I might take a break, I might go on a walk, I might watch other game developers on YouTube and watch their live streams. I might play a game from a childhood that inspires me to want to get back off into it. So for me, those are the different types of things that helps me stay motivated once I lose motivation. Like, I'll take a break and be like, okay, let me reevaluate the things and the stuff that I need to do. You know, creating a business plan, you know, getting everything ready for publishers, for the Kickstarter, for all these different things. Like, when you're a solo indie game developer, you're wearing a bunch of hats. And it's just like, oh my God. Because it's like, you're doing the artwork, you're doing the audio, you're doing the coding, you're doing the UI in the front and the back, you're creating the game, you got to market your game, you got to build a community for your game, and then you got to pitch it to publishers if you choose to go the publishing route, and then you got to do all these different things for crowdfunding, Kickstarter rewards, and all these different things. And then also on the legal side, you got to make sure your business stuff is in order, you might make sure you have your lawyers, and I think because of that, once I really sat down and just thought about it, I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck did I just get myself off into? But I probably want to say now, I mean, it's too late because I'm already registered. I already have the LLC, I already got the paperwork, it's signed, sealed, delivered. And I think now it's crazy because, like, all my life when I worked for other people, it's crazy, but I worked best under pressure, which is retarded. Like, I don't know, like, why anybody would prefer to work under those type of conditions, but hey, I'm in it. I'm in the mix now, so I gotta finish what I start. But I'm just making this video to update you guys and let you know I've been struggling a bit, not gonna lie. One of the things is just being consistent and just being better at time management. That's really the thing. So obviously today is Monday, October 24th, and I didn't get up at the time I was supposed to get up to do the things that I needed to do. So it's almost 4 p.m. Central Standard Time for me, and I just wanted to document this to let you guys know, hey, it's okay, you guys. It's going to happen. You're going to feel all these different things that I'm currently feeling, and then some. So it's like, all right, take a break. It's okay to take a break. Do some research, watch YouTube videos, watch streamers, play your games, to decompress, to refocus, and to also understand your why for doing what it is that you're choosing to do. Whether it's motivated by money, whether it's your family, whether it's the enjoyment of having people to, play the games that you are creating, whatever that may be. Me, it's a mixture of all three. So for me, I'm just gonna restart this course over and follow it to the T, and then document it so that way I can show you guys from my official day one, even though I already have stuff on my Flytime Games Instagram of showing, hey, look at my square, and look, I made it move. So I guess what I'm trying to say, you guys, is everybody has to start somewhere, right? I know everybody just want to immediately just jump in and just make and create their dream game, their overly ambitious game. And I'm here to tell you, yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. No, don't do it. Don't even try it. Okay. Start small. Focus on one thing at a time. And if it's something that you don't understand, you know, keep going over that thing that got you stuck. And eventually, with repetition, more repetition, you're gonna get better at the things you're gonna get better at. And I'm not just telling you guys that. I'm saying this to myself, the gaming diva. You are going to be okay. Get out of this slump, get back to work, and make it do what it do. So my next video, I guess I'm going to do, is probably tell you guys the basics of Unity, how to use it. You know, like, I guess all of my videos is going to be coming from a beginner standpoint, literally, of going from nothing to my progress now. And yes, I do have a little bit of a background in art, because I went to the Art Institute of Dallas. But it had been years since I had been in school, years since I had used Photoshop, Illustrator. So essentially, I'm relearning, reteaching myself, watching YouTube tutorials and videos on how to use certain things in Photoshop and Illustrator. And that's okay too. So I guess all in all, because I don't want this video to be too long, because, you know, some of y'all's, some people's attention span is like of a squirrel. Basically, all I'm saying, you guys, is no matter how old you are and where you're starting in your game development journey, whether it be from scratch or you're starting where you want to go and work for a AAA studio or whatever, keep at it. You know, work on the things that you know you need to work on. Try to stay consistent. Have a schedule for yourself. Focus on one thing at a time and not try to bounce around and hop around so many different things, because I think that also is what gets you off course. Which, of course, you know, once you start to actually create the foundation and the backbone of your game, yeah, you don't want what's called I forgot what they called it. Well, basically, let's say you already have the ideas for your game, the mechanics, the loop, all of that, and you know what you want the game to be, and then all of a sudden, oh, that's what it's called, game creep. Game creep kicks in, and it's way outside of your scope, and you start adding more things and adding more things. Like, I guess that's the best way I can explain it. You don't want to pick up that bad habit either, because it's going to be a costly mistake. But I know I've jumped and bounced around and talked about a different bunch of things. This video is just going to be raw. I'm not going to edit it. I just wanted to sit down and just have a serious conversation with you guys and letting you know how my game development journey has started. Basically got everything solidified in February, but I have been taking Thomas Brush's full-time game dev course. And then basically what I've been learning from his course is implementing it into this demo game that I'm making along with the course. And then basically once I'm done with that, you know, obviously I'm probably going to have to research and do more things in code. I want to participate in a bunch of game jams so I can get comfortable with the repetition of making the game and actually finishing it, putting it out there as crappy as possible and be like, hey, here's my game, play it, and then basically add all the extra bells and whistles to it later. But the most important in anything that you do in any industry that you're in, you got to learn those fundamentals. If you don't have that fundamentals, you know, and I come from a place where I used to play basketball. If you don't have those fundamentals, yeah, well, not too many folks is gonna make it out here in these streets. But yeah, I think I rambled on enough. So this is my second video, even though it's probably gonna be the first video. Say it first. Yeah. So this is the update. This is where I'm at, and I just need to buckle down and just be consistent. The schedule I set aside for myself, I need to stick to it. I need to get her done, and then share my progress and share, the little bitty successes is what's gonna make the bigger successes. And I gotta just remember that because I'm coming in from scratch and I'm learning the craft. I'm learning my craft, right? There's gonna be a lot of hard work and time and dedication that I have to put off into it. But as I'm doing it, I want to make sure that I show you guys videos and pictures on the socials. And so, yeah, make sure you guys are following me on Twitter and on Instagram at Flytime Game Studios. Okay. Follow me. That'll help me out a lot. And basically, pretty soon, I'm gonna be working on the website, so that way you guys can wishlist my game coming out in the near future. So, with that being said, I thank y'all for sitting down and it's really mostly my up and coming generation of game developers. It's gonna happen, you guys. You're gonna feel, I guess, insignificant. You're gonna feel like you don't belong. You're gonna feel like, you're gonna be comparing yourself to everybody else. I think that's my biggest issue. I tend to compare my work with people that's been doing it for years, since they done came out the womb, drawing and stuff. And I have to get out of that. I have to get out of that mindset. That's what I struggle with. And so, like, I am putting myself out there to show you guys, like, yeah, I'm vulnerable too. I make mistakes, and hopefully I learn from those mistakes, and I don't let those mistakes define me or keep me down or stagnant to the point to where there's no forward progression, I guess. So, yeah, you guys, you can do it. Gaming Diva, you can do it. Keep going, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.